All right, I will go ahead and say hello, everyone.
Oh.
Welcome to the Stream Void Podcast, episode 137.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's right. I am Mike D, and of course, across from me is Curb Stomped.
Hi.
You can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Yes, sir.
And you are listening to the Stream Void Podcast. This is a show about life and video games and everything in between.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of that everything in between,
Oh, yeah.
how are your last 2 weeks?
The
We have,
last- yeah.
it's been a couple weeks because I was on
You're
vacation.
on vacation.
And so we didn't record last week.
Yep.
But we're back here now, and we're going to talk about everything that has happened. Maybe not everything, but a few
enough
of the things. Enough of the things.
Didn't really do anything different at work. Work was the same. I mean, my good friend was off on vacation
Oh, nice.
last week, so I didn't have to see her or anything. So that was pretty good.
Very good.
Just worked at the office. The warehouse. Set a record at steps the one day on the Tuesday, this past Tuesday. I walked 31,000 steps at work. So it seems like a lot. It said it was like 24 kilometers, so that's a fair amount of walking.
That is a fair amount of walking.
Yep. Yeah, I really did not do anything different. Where nothing happened. Like, I just did the usual. Nothing, no stories or anything. It was kind of boring,
Oh,
which is good.
yes.
I did started the warehouse is kind of a mess. Not really. It's not really messy, but it's just like, why are things like this have been done like this?
Yeah.
Like, the warehouse, the owner's son is working there, and he's just a young guy, so he doesn't really know much.
Yeah.
So he does things, and he'll be like, why the fuck did you do it this way? So he was away last week, so I just did a bunch of, like, let me fix this while he's gone, make it a lot easier for everybody, and just move stuff around and cleaned up stuff and, whatever. So that's basically all I did, really.
Oh, very nice.
Pretty boring, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What about you for your vacation?
Vacation was it was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot to book a ferry in advance.
Dude.
So
You had to wait in the line?
well, no.
Yeah.
Instead of booking a ferry in advance, we were like, I went on the one day and I was like, all right, we can book. So, and then I forgot. And then the next day I went and tried to book and they were all taken.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, damn it. And then I looked the next day and suddenly there's a 1 a.m. sailing
Oh my god.
for 1 a.m. Friday.
Oh my god.
So Thursday, get off work and like 3 hours to pack everything
Yeah.
and get out there
Oh
to
my
the ferry
God.
because it's a 4-hour drive to the ferry.
Yeah.
So we get to the ferry, we get there like 10:30.
Yep.
And there's already a line of parked cars waiting
yeah.
to get on the 1 a.m.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we get on the 1 a.m., hang around, get on the 1 a.m., get across.
Mhm.
It's like, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning when we get there.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, well, now we're going to find a place to just hole up for a couple hours and sleep.
Yeah.
And at 3 a.m., Briscoe, who we're camping with,
Yeah.
he was like, oh, hey, why don't you just come and this is where we're staying. This is where our inn is. There's like a little park right at the end of the street that you could probably set up camp in. And so we go to this park, just unzip the tent, hop in for a couple hours, fall asleep,
Nice.
get up, and then start heading out to Port Renfrew.
Oh, Port Renfrew. Nice.
Yeah, we're staying at a little campground called the Pachidat Campground on the Pachidat Reserve, which is right on the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
But we're on the river side of the ocean because there's a river goes in the ocean.
Yep.
As rivers do.
As rivers do.
As rivers do.
Yeah.
Either go to a lake or an ocean. And this campground, terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the location is pretty prime,
Yeah.
but our campground, like we've got 5 sites rented out on the there's the forest side and then there's the ocean side. And the ocean side, of course, is around the ocean. The forest side is on the river. But there's the main road runs right through it.
Oh, yeah.
We're in like this little dust bowl area. There's like sand and dust everywhere. But then, our sites are in like a little forested place.
Mm-hmm.
But there's people going in and out and turning around, kicking up dust all over the place in this area.
Oh, yeah.
And some dude like comes in on his motorcycle and is like looks around and is just like gonna do like a burnout in there and like kick up all the dust that he can manage to do.
Oh, fun.
We're like, okay, that's cool. And then he just falls over and injures himself.
Nice.
We're like, get karma'd.
Yeah.
You son of a... Get
I
karma.
like that.
But yeah, there's no fire pits. There's no picnic benches. There's no water. You have to like go to the... There's 2 sites. There's the southern site, which is where we were, and then the northern site, which is where the office is and where the running water is.
Yeah.
So you got to go all the way up there to get running water and then back or to get water, fill your jugs, whatever, come back with your water. Not a really nice campground, but really nice location.
Yeah. This almost sounds like one of the ones that they set up just for people to spend the one night at before they do the like West Coast Trail.
No, yeah. The West Coast Trail is right there.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I did the West Coast Trail, we ended up finding some place where it wasn't even sites. It's just like, this is the land. Set up your tent.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll set it up on the beach, I guess, right next to the ocean. And I set up my beach on the ocean, and next morning we woke up and got on the bus.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's too bad.
Yeah.
How many days were you there?
We were there for 4 days.
Oh my God. Lots of dust.
Yeah, it wasn't, the further you went into the weekend, the better it got for dust and people coming in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the 5 sites reserved, and people kept coming in and be like, "Oh, hey, can we take one of these sites?" We're like, "No."
Yeah.
Did you go to the main office at all? Like, no, we don't know how this works. Like,
Yeah.
Cool. Go up north to the main office. You will see that all these sites are reserved.
Yeah.
But I brought my propane fire pit down so that we could actually have a fire.
Nice.
And the first night we had it roaring for like hours.
Yeah.
And people kept coming up and be like, oh, it's a propane fire. We were wondering what's going on. Even the park ranger came up and be like, oh, hey, okay.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's funny too. In order to get to the beach, like the ocean beach, you have to walk through so many people's campsites just to get there. Like there's no actual way to get there without going through somebody's site.
Nice.
It's strange.
Yeah, it just sounds like they just were like, we got some land.
Yeah.
Let's rent it out.
Exactly. And mosquitoes out there, very small. You don't even see them. But I am covered in mosquito bites, and my legs are incredibly itchy still.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. There are so many mosquitoes, but you don't see them because they're so small. You don't feel them either because they're so small.
Oh, crazy.
But due to me being very, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit allergic to mosquitoes, my legs are so itchy.
Well, I mean, if they're itchy, you're allergic. That's how it works. So.
Yeah. We went to the botanical beach. Where all the tide pools are.
Yeah.
Super cool there. Got a lot of pictures.
I was there, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of sea anemones, a lot of purple urchin.
There's a lot of shells on the beach there.
Tons of shells.
Yeah.
Can't go there barefoot. You will die.
Yeah.
You'll get cut up.
It was very overcast when I was there.
Oh, yeah. Overcast for me, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the ocean.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
usually how it is anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had perfect weather. No rain all up until Monday. And then that's when it rained.
Yeah, that's like when I did the West Coast Trail. It rained for 30 minutes on the second day.
Yeah.
And it was just clear skies for the rest of the time. It was muddy as fuck, but it was just like blue skies all the time.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, well, it's good that it didn't rain. But it's like also I didn't have the real West Coast Trail experience.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be raining and you're supposed to be miserable.
Yeah, it was very nice for the entire trip up until when we left.
Oh, yeah.
We were playing spike ball on the beach.
Oh, damn.
That was a good time. Yeah, we had a lot of people out there.
Nice.
It was great. And we didn't have a reservation on the way home, so we sat and we waited for 3 hours before we could get on a ferry.
So when you got on the one at 1 a.m., did they make you get out of your vehicle?
Yeah, you always have to.
Oh, you couldn't just sneak down there and have a nap?
No.
That's so weird.
Yeah, you have to. It's Transport Canada rules now. You have to be out of your vehicle.
I mean, whenever I've done it, I'm going back. Get back in the vehicle. Just lay down, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a big announcement at the start. Like, hey, you have to leave your vehicle.
Yeah.
Can't be down there.
So you're just 1 a.m. and you're just sitting in the deck like,
No, I found a spot to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I just slept for a little while.
Good.
Yeah. And then, we caught the 8 p.m. back.
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't get back until Tuesday at like 2 a.m.
Oh, fun.
The storm that brewed in while we were driving back was unreal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So much rain, so much wind. Like, we got home, unpacked a little bit, went to bed, woke up, looked in the backyard, and the backyard just covered in sticks and branches and stuff.
Yeah. I worked that next day, and I remember walking to work, and it's like, wow, there's a lot of branches on the road.
Oh, yeah, tons.
It was
crazy.
crazy. I heard the wind. I'm in the basement of my house, so there's not really that many places to, like, hear the wind from down there.
Yeah.
And I was, like, in my bedroom, like, whoa, it's fucking really windy.
I was so exhausted and just drained and like not feeling well that I took Thursday and Friday off.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was supposed to go back on Thursday. I was like, nah, that's going to take the other.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. And I'll probably get yelled at for it on Monday, but, you know.
Whatever. Just put in your earplugs.
Yeah, I'll take my comeuppance.
Put in your earplugs. Maybe slap them. That'd be good.
Yeah. So we're hand bombing flyers for the store, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get these surveys out there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we did 650 some odd houses. Got 100 responses or so from that.
Not bad.
Yeah. So I sent out a mailing with Canada Post. We sent 2,200 flyers out.
Yeah.
Got maybe 5 responses from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's because they came out with the regular mail. So, like, people are just going through their mail, going the junk mail,
just
junk
throw
mail,
it
just
away.
ignoring it.
That's what I
But
do.
when we were hand bombing it, it was the only thing in the people's mailboxes.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we would do it after all the mail had been done at like 6 o'clock or
Mhm.
on a Saturday
Mhm.
when we did our initial run. So we got a lot of responses from that. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, now we're going to have to just hand bomb everything at certain times because then we get more responses.
Yeah.
We're hoping for about 1,000 responses, but getting people to do a survey like that,
It's like impossible.
it's
dude.
almost impossible.
Yeah, dude.
We have, 110, 120 responses right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to extrapolate some data from that.
Yeah, you'd have to definitely. Well, the other thing, too, is someone sitting at their house and be like, someone just went in my mailbox. They shouldn't be opening my mailbox right now. And then they go look.
Yeah.
Whereas, when I pull the mail out, it's just like, look at this, all trash. I'm not even looking at it. Garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't really think about that when we were doing that mailing. We were just panicked because the other store was opening up.
Live and learn.
Yeah. But I mean, hand bombing everything, that takes forever.
Yeah, that's true.
But you do get to chat with people
Mm-hmm.
when they come on and be like, hey, what's this for? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it's for this. We're
Yeah.
going to do it. It's going to be great. And people go, oh, okay, yeah, I'll definitely fill this out.
Can I buy Monopoly there?
No.
Oh. What about Clue?
Clue?
Yeah.
No.
Barbie themed
I mean, you might
Monopoly.
be able to. We'll see. We will have like a Monopoly section. It's just all the Monopolies.
Gotta have Canadian Monopoly.
Kamloops Monopoly.
Does that even exist?
Yes.
Wow, really? What's the most what's the Park Place?
I don't know what it is.
for Kamloops.
Park Place? It's a good
Yeah.
question. It's a good question.
Like Rose Hill.
Maybe.
What's like Baltic Avenue?
Baltic?
Like
Who
probably
knows?
like Royal Avenue.
Probably Royal Avenue. Ooh.
Yeah. That's okay. If you're in any town in Canada, this is a secret to know where you are. If you want to know if you're in the oldest part of a town in Canada, just look for places called Victoria Street, Royal Avenue, or like Edward Avenue or something like that. Those will be the oldest places in town.
Yep. It's
Just
always,
so you know.
yeah, it's always Victoria.
Yeah.
Anything to do with royalty.
Yep. Exactly.
That's how you know.
Dominion.
Dominion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, and that was my time.
So you had a good time anyway.
I had a good time.
That's good.
I had a terrible sleep last night though.
Oh, really?
Just awful. So I might be a little bit less energetic on this podcast.
Mhm.
I woke up and my back was just in agony. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
Oh my God.
Too much twerking?
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Maybe. Yeah, just an awful sleep. I took 2 painkillers actually this morning.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
And a guru. 2 painkillers and a guru.
That's a double whammy right
That
there.
is a double whammy. Now I've got a second guru. that I
Holy
could
shit,
crack
this
into.
guy's crazy. That's good.
Insane.
No wonder your back's twerking out.
Right?
Damn. Crazy. Well, I watched something.
Did you?
I watched the first episode of Squid Game.
Yes.
Did I talk about that
We
already?
talked about that
Okay.
last time podcast.
But I watched Dahmer. I forgot to talk about Dahmer.
Ah, Dahmer.
So, it's produced by Ryan Murphy, and it's got Evan Peters in it. You know, They're all like American Horror Story people.
Evan
whatever.
Peters, I know that guy.
Evan Peters?
Yeah, I went to school with him.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different name. Is his name not Evan Peters?
I was just camping with him.
No, not that guy.
I don't
that
know.
was
Yeah,
his
whoever.
name.
I don't know.
Maybe he has the same name.
Could be.
But he plays Dahmer.
Yeah, Dahmer, Evan Peters. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's well done and everything like that. Well directed, produced, all that sort of thing. But it's so long. Like, there's way too many episodes. I think I watched 9 episodes and there's still more. And I just was like, I'm done watching this, I think.
Yeah.
The acting is good. Like, Dahmer's dad is played by, I don't know his name, but he was one of the dads in Step Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
He was Dale's dad. He was also in he's been in lots of stuff, but he was in The Cabin in the Woods. He was one of the scientist guys in The Cabin in the Woods. But he plays Dahmer's dad. He's really good in it. And then I was shocked. I'm watching it and he leaves his wife because his wife's crazy and they gets a new wife. And I'm looking at her. I'm like, man, I recognize that his wife, who is this woman?
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck, it's Molly Ringwald from 16 Candles and stuff like
yes,
that.
Yes, it is.
I was like, holy shit, I didn't even really recognize her. I did recognize her when I was like, oh my god, it's Molly Ringwald. But it's pretty crazy. But the one thing I don't like about the show is they kind of make Jeffrey Dahmer a sympathetic character. He has problems that contributed to him becoming a serial killer and cannibal and everything like that. But it's like, I don't know, dude. He was a monster. And maybe he had problems when he was growing up, but they make it a little too sympathetic to him, I feel. Because
that was probably the goal.
Well, but why? Why would you want to sympathize with Jeffrey Dahmer?
I don't know.
You're watching it and you're like, oh yeah, that sucks. This, that, and the other thing happened to him that led him to be this way. But it's like, oh, he just killed and ate that guy.
Yes.
Why don't you make it sympathetic for that guy? You do feel like, oh my god, this guy's gonna die. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is fucked up. But it's also like, oh, poor Jeffrey. He really had a rough go of it there before he started eating their brains. So
cutting off a piece of that man meat.
The shit he did was fucked up, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. And his dad is his they show them not into a good light because it's they're kind of they know that fucked up shit is going on, but they're just don't ask, don't tell, basically.
Yeah.
Because the grandma will hear, I don't know how much it's based off of reality that way, but the grandma will hear men begging for their lives in the basement, and she'll be like, oh, you and your friend last night were pretty rowdy. And he'll be like, I didn't have a friend here last night, Grandma. What are you talking about? You just had a bad dream. Oh, I must have had a bad dream. So it was pretty fucked up that way.
Yes.
But it's very well done. High production value.
Very high production value.
Have you watched it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
The wife was, though. So.
Oh, yeah. Did she stop?
I don't know if she made it all the way through or not.
Yeah. It's just too long.
It's very long.
Sometimes you're watching a show and it's oh, it's over already. And this one I'm like, oh my god, there's still so many episodes.
It just keeps going.
Evan Peters did a good job, though. He plays Jeffrey Dahmer. He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed him. The first thing I ever saw him in was American Horror Story.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's done anything before then, but he was very good in that, so I've always liked him.
Very good.
Yeah. Other than that, I watched this thing last night on YouTube. I don't know why YouTube recommends me some of this shit. It was this movie from 1999 called American Hollow. And it was a documentary following this family that lives in the Appalachian Mountains. And it's not those inbred ones.
Yeah.
These ones are
not
just
the blue people.
These ones are just hillbillies.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about how they live in the Appalachians, with not much really. And it was oddly intriguing where I was like, oh wow, this family, it's interesting to see the way they live their life. And it's kind of I think back to 1999. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was playing my Dreamcast and watching Star Wars or whatever. And it's this guy's I don't have running water. It's holy fuck. And then they're the one guy gets arrested. It's a case of mistaken identity.
Yeah.
But they he gets arrested. They want to bail him out, so they're like, "Well, we'll take everything we got to get him bailed out." And they take the deed to their land and everything like that, where they live in their house, and it's worth $2,000.
Wow.
Like, that's not enough. The land needs to be worth $5,000 to bond him out. Like, gee, shucks, I don't have anything else. And then it's like the son wants to get married to his 14-year-old girlfriend, and he proposes, and she agrees, and then he breaks up with them, and then they get engaged again, and then she breaks up with him again on the day of their wedding, and like they're like, geez, we're gonna go married at town hall. It costs $35. Oh, where are we gonna get the $35 to do this? Just very crazy.
Yeah.
Takes place in Kentucky, so
Yeah.
it's like, that's typical Kentucky right there.
$35.
Yeah, but this was in 1999,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it probably costs $40 now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting anyways.
Yeah.
And I don't think I really watched too much else. I didn't really play anything else different or whatever. I started Yakuza Kiwami.
Oh, nice.
Yep. It's pretty interesting. They got rid of the money to level up in that game.
Yeah.
You just get EXP for doing stuff, and quests and everything.
Very nice.
And Majima is like Mr. Shakedown. You'll just be walking around town and you hear like, Kiryu! And he'll like run over and like you have to fight him and everything. But when you beat him, he levels up with you. Because when you beat him, you unlock a move for the dragon style, but then he levels up as well.
No, nice.
So it's pretty interesting anyways.
Yeah.
Like, first thing in the game, Dojima, like the clan leader, he gets killed. You remember? He was a big deal. And
Yeah.
first thing in this one, he gets killed. He doesn't even have a line in the game. He's just dead.
He's just dead.
Yeah. So, it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Kiryu and Majima look exactly the same. I mean, it's been 10 years since the events of Yakuza 0, but they look exactly the same.
Huh.
Don't even... Well, yeah, and Goro too. But Goro's like wearing his crazy man outfit. So.
Crazy man.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting though. And then Kamurocho is there, and when you first start the game, the game first starts off in like 1995 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the map, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, the empty lot is still there. They didn't even do anything with it. It's like, for fuck's sakes, the whole game was pointless, right? But then like the whole beat of this story is Kiryu takes the fall when Dojima dies, so he goes to prison for 5 years.
Yeah.
So then when you finally get out, they've actually built the Millennium Tower
Oh, nice.
over the spot of the empty lot. So I was like, oh, okay, good.
Nice. Was this whole game for nothing?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, pretty good so far.
Nice. I played a lot of Wall World when I was
Waiting.
waiting for fairies and doing whatever.
That's the Dome Keeper, but vertical.
That's the Dome Keeper vertical.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I like it a lot more.
Yeah.
I like it a lot more. There's more exploration. There's more upgrades and power-ups and enemies to fight. And it's cool. I like it like that.
Yeah.
I've been able to progress a lot more because you can choose, when you go onto the wall, you can choose to either go up or you can choose to go down. And depending on which way you go is which kind of material, which kind of resources you're going to get. And every resource, of course, is different for... Every upgrade requires different kind of resources. So if you go down, you're going to get a certain amount of resources, which means you can unlock certain upgrades for either your character or your weapons or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if you go up, it's the exact opposite. You get a different style of material in order to do...
A little more strategy.
A little bit more strategy. So you kind of have to go up and down if you want to progress and unlock everything. But, it's a roguelike, so unlocking everything is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
There are cloud layers that you have to go through, and every cloud layer you go through starts a huge rush of enemies.
Uh-oh.
And so, depending on, if you want to go up or down, you're going to climb through these cloud layers. And if you want to go back down to get the other resources, you're going to have to go through those cloud layers again.
Oh my gosh.
And so you essentially have 20 minutes before the big boss comes and destroys you. Or, you destroy him depending on
how good you are
and how many upgrades you have and whatnot. But it's pretty fun. I made it all the way down to the bottom of the pit, and there's just a bunch of water. I'm like, oh, I can't go anywhere now.
Oh.
And then I died.
Oh.
Because it was like the second or the third time the boss shows up, and he just destroys you on the third time. Like I don't know if there's any way to get past him on the third time.
Lost in Abyss.
Lost in Abyss. It's true.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's extremely enjoyable.
Nice.
And then other than that, just played Game Club. game.
which we'll talk about later.
And I played
System
it.
Shock.
I played it a lot more than everyone else did because I was like, is this going to end up how I think it's going to end up?
Yeah, I've never played it, so I didn't know, but we'll talk about that
Yeah,
later.
we definitely will.